Hi folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to apply for the targeted EIDL advance application. First of all, you should have received an email from the SBA that looks like this. Invitation to submit COVID-19 targeted EIDL advance application with an application number. Now, really important, if you didn't get an email like this, I don't know what the process to apply is. I think that this is only going to be available to people that receive this email. Now, how would you know if this email is legit? Well, it would come from SBA.gov. If it comes from anybody else that's not SBA.gov, it's probably a scam, so be aware. So what if you're not getting this email? How do you go back and apply so you get this email? I think this is only available for people that already applied for the advanced back in 2020. I do have another video, completely separate video, that explains how to apply for the EIDL loan, and only the folks that apply to that will become eligible for target EIDL advance. However, I don't know, and I don't want to create any false expectation that if you apply now because you never applied before, that you would somehow come into the list, into the queue for this. So I'm assuming and I'm expecting that this video is really only useful for people that applied last year or way back, and now they're getting this email and they're not really sure how to go about it. So let's break down what the email says. First of all, it says your business needs to be located in a low-income community. Now, there isn't a specific website I can point to where I can say, hey, you put your address here and it will tell you if it's low income. Really, as of the date of this video, if something shows up, I will go in the description and put a link there if there happens to be some sort of website that will guide you to that process or will confirm whether or not you are based in a low income community. The second is you must have suffered an economic loss that's greater than 30% during any 8-week period after March 2nd during 2020. So basically what they do is they'll take a look at 2 months, that's an 8-week period, 2 months back to back for 2020 compared to 2019, and there needs to be a reduction of 30%. You'll see in the application process where you're going to enter all those numbers and all those sales. And the last condition in here is you must have less than 300 employees for you to be eligible for this. Now, farming businesses are not, because I assume that there's some other mechanism to get aid to farmers. I'm not a farming expert. I don't deal with farmers, so I don't know what that looks like. So just be aware you need to be a small business, and farmers in this particular case are excluded. It also tells you make sure you have your 2019 tax return handy because they might ask you for that information. Then I scroll down on the email and it's asking you for a couple of the things. It's going to ask you to double check your bank account number, make sure the bank name is correct. It's still the same bank account, same type of account, business name hasn't changed. Basically, you're going to verify that all these things are correct later on, and you're going to click on that button that says Start Application. Then you're going to get into the page where you're going to have your SBA application number, your original one from last year, from 2020, and you're going to enter in here your EIN or your social security number. So if you were a business, you put an EIN, a tax ID. If you're an individual, you put a social security number. Then it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. Okay, we're going to go through them. You're supposed to read them. I'm going to answer them for you or with you so you can see. So all the owners, U.S. people or qualified aliens, non-citizen nationals. There's some deeper things you can go in there and double check. Has anybody delinquent on child support? Has anybody been convicted of a felony? Have you ever been engaged on an activity that you've been determined obscene by the court? That you can ask you all these questions. You know, has the applicant been incarcerated or ever had a felony in the last 5 years for bribe and embezzlement? So you're going to go through all these questions and you must answer them correctly. Most likely, if you answer any of these yes, you will be disqualified. Either way, you want to go through the whole thing and answer every one of these questions truthfully, under penalty of perjury. You can get in big time trouble. So here's the farming question. We're going to put no there. Are you a nursery farm? We're going to put there no. Is the applicant a pawn shop? I'm going to put no. Are we in the lending or investment business? We're going to put no. I assume that they're disqualified. Are you in the loan packaging business for the SBA? So we're going to put there no. Are you in a multi-level sales business? We're going to put no. Are you in real estate development or investment? That's an interesting one. We're going to put no. Are you a life insurance company? Then we're going to put no. Then the next big question is, how many employees does the business have? Now, this is not asking for contractors. It's asking for employees. So you're going to put there the number of employees that you have as of the date of the application. So I'll put 8 in there, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to read all this stuff, make sure this is all accurate, and then I'm going to click on continue. Then it's going to ask you to confirm all the business information, business name, address, phone number, business activity, original date the business was established, bank account number, bank name, the original amount you received prior. This is if you received an advance prior, it will tell you there. And then you're going to answer yes. And remember, you're going to possibly get $10,000 minus the previous advance. So in this case, I received $8,000 before. And then now when I hit continue, and if I qualify, if all the other things are true, then I would qualify and get that balance, or this business will qualify and get the balance of $2,000 if I already received the $8,000. Then I'm going to click on continue. Then it's going to ask me for my monthly sales, month by month, for the year 2020 and 2019. Notice that I have my QuickBooks open on the right-hand side, and I'm only looking at sales, and I'm literally just going to type the monthly sales, right? So you need to have that record. You need to know what your monthly sales are. If you don't have a system like QuickBooks or you don't have accounting, what you want to do is maybe go into your bank statement, take a look at all the deposits for each month, and that's what you're going to be using to prove to the SBA if they ask to prove that. So I'm just going to go through and enter all the numbers, and after I'm done, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on the little checkbox that says I certify under penalty of perjury, confirm that I'm not a robot, and then click on submit. And that's it. You get a confirmation that you submitted the application, and you just wait. It doesn't tell you, what the next process is. You'll just wait. You'll most likely receive an email. I'm actually going to print it, save it for my records so I don't lose it. You're going to get an email asking you for more information, for tax returns, for a signed 4506T, which is a document used to confirm to the SBA that they're allowed to pull tax returns from the IRS, and you're going to basically wait for that decision. So hopefully this video was helpful and that you go through with it, and maybe the video itself takes away some of the anxiety in terms of exactly what you're supposed to be putting there. Thanks. I'll see you in the next one.